Undefeated Basharat was originally lined up to fight Ethan Ewing at UFC 329. However, Ewing pulled out with an injury last week, leaving Dana White's promotion with a small window to find a replacement fighter for the Las Vegas show on July 11th. And according to esteemed MMA journalist Marcel Dorf, an alternative has been found. Basharat will now look to make it 16-0 in his professional career against Texas native Garza on the early preliminary card of UFC 329. Who is John Garza? Garza is only 7 fights into his pro MMA career, having made a successful debut at Texas-based promotion Extreme Knockout in February 2024. Mowgli tasted his only pro defeat next time out under the same banner before finding his feet at the well-established Fury Fighting Championship. Garza, a hard hitter known to come forward for the kill, is currently on a 5-fight winning streak and has finished 3 of his last 4 fights by way of knockout. He now has the opportunity to steal the show on the grandest stage of them all at Las Vegas's T-Mobile Arena for UFC 329 this weekend. Who else is fighting at UFC 329? The entire 14-fight card for UFC 329 is stacked from head to toe, after Brazil's Alessandro Costa, who was also added to the undercard on short notice, takes on Cody Durden in the opening flyweight contest. An intriguing ranked women's flyweight clash between Tracy Cortez and Wang Kong concludes the early prelims. Briton Luke Riley and former bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt stand out as you move up the card before highly rated heavyweight prospect Gable Stevenson makes his UFC debut. Stevenson, who has been training with John Jones for UFC 329, fights Alicia Ellison in what many expect to be an early crushing KO victory for the American. Just before the main card, Robert Whittaker, also an ex-UFC title holder, is the big name in the featured prelims bout and makes his debut as a light heavyweight against Nikita Krylov. The momentum continues for the final 5-fight main card, which is kicked off by King Green's clash with fellow UFC lightweight stable Terrence McKinney. Furthermore, London's Loner Kavanagh faces the toughest test of his career at flyweight against Brandon Royval before Corey Sandhagen fights Mario Bautista in a bantamweight title eliminator. Just before McGregor's main event with Holloway, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett is in action for the first time since suffering the first defeat of his UFC career to Justin Gaethje. Pimblett lost the chance to claim the interim UFC lightweight title against current champion Gaethje, but can put himself in the driving seat for another title shot with a victory over France's Benoit Saint-Denis. In the final act, McGregor makes his walk to the cage to fight Holloway for the second time in his career. The 37-year-old defeated Holloway at UFC Boston in 2013 and returns to the UFC for the first time in over 5 years, having broken his leg in his last appearance against Dustin Poirier.